Let's go courtside with Bob McCool and Rich Scarcella.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. WEU's coverage of Berks County High School basketball continues as we step into Stage 3 of the high school basketball season. That is the District 3 playoffs. The regular season is behind us. The county playoffs, as tremendous and exciting as they are also now in the rearview mirror. And now we go on to the District 3 playoffs. And tonight we started in boys Class 6A with the Reading Red Knights taking on the York Bearcats. The Red Knights at 18-7, of course, falling in the county championship game, as you heard and saw here on WEEU, to Berks Catholic in the overtime game. The Red Knights with a new reprieve now into the District 3 playoffs, where they're the number 5 seed. And they are taking on the 12-seed York Bearcats, who also fell in the York Adams County Championship game as well. And that, too, was an overtime affair. They lost to York Suburban. So it's the Red Knights and the Bearcats looking to win and move on in the District 3 playoffs. And that is our game tonight, presented by Savage Auto Group, and our high school basketball pregame show, presented to you by Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Mini Golf, will continue from the Geigo Complex when we come back after this on WEU. And, of course, you can watch tonight's game as well on our YouTube channel at 8:30 WEEU Sports. Back to the Geigo with our pregame show after this.
Hot, crispy, and fresh. When the craving for Redner's delicious fried chicken hits, you have to answer it. Made with the same classic recipe since the beginning, every piece is perfectly seasoned, golden brown, and cooked fresh daily. Order an 8-piece combo, a catering tray, or just a piece. It's a family favorite for lunch, dinner, or any gathering. Grab an easy meal solution that's big on flavor and value. Savory fried chicken from Redner's Markets. Fresh, convenient, and always satisfying.
Your house needs to handle those frigid temperatures all season long. Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing has been keeping homes and businesses running smoothly every winter for the past 30 years. Plumbing, electric, and heating systems work extra hard while it's cold. So let Keith keep you comfortable.
Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit KeithHVAC.com. Get Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing. You can't avoid the cold weather, but your home stays warm thanks to Keith.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf. Fuel up for game day with their delicious burgers, hot dogs, fried chicken, barbecue sandwiches, french fries, and, of course, ice cream. When basketball season ends, come visit the 27-hole miniature golf course that is a Berks County staple. Visit Shell's on the 5th Street Highway in Temple alongside Rich Scarcella. My name is Bob McCool. Reading Red Knights, York Bearcats, District 3, 6A opening round matchup, and it's an interesting draw. 2 heavyweights in District 3 basketball for so many years. The Red Knights have won more District 3 championships than anyone in District 3 basketball history with 24. The Bearcats have won 12. However, they have not won one since 2015. And as we look at these Red Knights, Rich, the first piece for is, of course, getting over the loss on Friday night to Berks Catholic. They lost it in overtime. It was a tremendous basketball game. But for the Red Knights, it was, as usual, an emotional letdown after losing in that county championship. And there was a bit of a rebuilding process for Rick Perez and his coaching staff to get the Red Knights focused on what lies ahead.
Yeah, there had to be some damage control done by Rick Perez over the last several days. He did say he worked hard at that. We remember early in the season, one of the first meetings we had with him, he said these kids have to learn how to lose because they were 3-0 or 4-0 at the time. And, it was a tough loss. I think Berks Catholic made plays at the end that Reading didn't, and they're going to have to live with that. And losing could really serve as a springboard if you handle it the right way. Of course, York is in the same boat because they lost in the York-Adams championship game in overtime, as you said, to York Suburban, a really sneaky number 6 seed in the 5A field, who knocked off Exeter in the first round last night. So it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams handle the hangover from their losses in the championship game. The other thing to remember is this is win or go home. There are 16 teams in the 6A field. 8 make it to the state tournament. So if you win tonight, you're guaranteed of 4 more games, 3 in the district playoffs and 1 in the state tournament. If you lose, that's it. Pack your bags. It's time to go home.
Yeah, and one of the people that I think can be a piece of this puzzle for the Red Knights, he has been all throughout the season, is Justin DeCastro. He has made himself into a primetime scorer at 20.3 points per game, one of the leading scorers in Berks County, but held to just 8 points in that county championship game against Berks Catholic. It's a rarity to see Justin DeCastro end up in single digits, and of course Kingston McCoy had a hand in that, the finest defender Berks County has to offer, and he was on Justin DeCastro. But this seems like the type of opportunity for Justin DeCastro against a York team that's giving up a lot of points per game. It's an opportunity perhaps for Justin DeCastro to maybe light a bit of a fuse.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, Kingston McCoy's the best defensive player in the county, and he neutralized Justin in the championship game. But really, DeCastro's one of the best players in Berks County. He's got 15 games of 20 or more points. He scored 34 in January against Central York. Central York's a really good team. They're a higher seed in the 6A field. DeCastro has to generate offense, has to stay out of foul trouble, has to get his offensive game going. And I think the Red Knights will do that. I think they're going to look for him. I don't think he got enough touches really in the fourth quarter Friday night. Is that because of Kingston McCoy? Part of it, but I think Reading has to look for him too because he's very dangerous, especially inside the three-point arc. He can score either the mid-range or he could score going to the basket.
Well, York has a player who is more of a scorer than even Justin DeCastro is, and that's Nasir Barnes, junior, averaging 29 points per game, already over 1,500 points. In fact, if he has another night at the office tonight, he will be over 1,600 points in his career, and he is only a junior. But Nasir Barnes can play and can score for sure. The Red Knights beat York early on in the season. In fact, it was Game 2 at York High in an opening round tournament, and Nasir Barnes went for 27 in that loss for the Bearcats. So the Red Knights will be up against a very big-time scorer as well.
Yeah, very different player than from Kingston McCoy. Kingston McCoy is taller, stronger. Kingston McCoy can go to the basket really well. Barnes is more of a scorer, and a shooter. He could hit the three-point shot. He has a quick release, left-hander. In fact, he's one of 2 left-handed starters in the York lineup. So he is very, very dangerous. You can't allow him to get going, and we're pretty confident that Cameron Jones is going to be guarding him to begin the game. But Reading will change defenses throughout, but Cameron Jones will get the primary responsibility of guarding Barnes.
It's time for us to take a look at our keys to the game, and they're brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience providing countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770 and ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It's the Bearcats and the Red Knights, and Rich Garcella has his keys to tonight's game.
For the visiting York Bearcats, the 12th seed in the 6A field, they want to return the favor from the opening weekend of this season. They want to beat Reading on its home court like the Red Knights beat York on their home court first weekend of the season. The second thing York has to do is limit turnovers. Reading's defense, we know, people in Berks County know it's a swarming defense. They deflect a lot of passes, make a lot of steals. York has to limit its turnovers. And the third thing for York is they want to see their southpaws sizzle. And that means Nasir Barnes and Brandon DeShields. If they're both over 20 points, it's going to be a really tough night for the Red Knights. For the Red Knights, we're going to go with the 4 Ps that Coach Rick Perez has stressed since the county playoffs began. They want to play with poise, physicality, they want to own the paint, and that means not just rebounding in the paint, but scoring in the paint. and they want to protect the basketball. They want to limit their turnovers.
It's time for us now to take a look at our spotlight. We turn to spotlight tonight, brought to you by Huber's Auto Group. We focused that spotlight tonight on Red Knights sophomore point guard Cameron Jones. Huber's is the region's answer for your car rental needs, whether taking the whole crew in a luxury van to Florida or just a few days to the mountains in an SUV. Huber stands by their reservations, ensuring the ride you book is the ride you get. Check out their inventory and get a quote at huberauto.com. And tonight, as we said, we take a look at Cameron Jones. As Rich said, no doubt that Cameron Jones will start the game guarding Nasir Barnes. He started the game guarding Kingston McCoy, just a sophomore, but it's a little bit better matchup perhaps for Cameron Jones in the sense that Barnes is 6'1" as opposed to McCoy at 6'4", but also the offensive capabilities of Cameron Jones. He has become their 1A point guard with Wesley Rosario being the number 1 point guard, but he's also handled the basketball in big spots, and he's also scored more as this season has gone on. In fact, he scored the Red Knights' first 2 points in their semifinal win over Muhlenberg, and in the county championship game loss to Berks Catholic. He got the Red Knights started offensively by scoring on their first possession. So we take a look at that as part of our Huber's Auto Group Spotlight. And now it's time for our starting lineups, brought to you by Victor Manuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 110 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Manuel, Taste of Italy, right here in Reading. For the Bearcats, under second-year coach Kerry Glover, he is a former York Bearcat himself. He spent 8 years as the head coach at Columbia, and he won 131 games with the Tide, including winning a couple of district championships. But now in his second season at York High, he's 36-19, including a 17-8 record so far this season. We mentioned Nasir Barnes, the junior guard, along with Josiah Romero, sophomore guard, their second leading scorer at 12 points per game. And the other in the backcourt is Sincere Burgess, a senior. And then Brandon DeShields, the 8.5 points a game at the forward spot, along with DeJuan Hodges, averaging at 6 points per game, a junior forward for the Bearcats. For the Red Knights, and Rick Perez, now in his 13th season, looking for his 6th District 3 championship. If the Red Knights can run through the District 3 6A gauntlet, the Red Knights will go with Jameer Jacob, a 6'3 junior at one forward spot. Raymond Rubio, the high-rising sophomore who's been a big piece of this puzzle, coming off the JV team and now becoming a starter for the Red Knights, getting his start tonight as a forward and just a 10th grader. Wesley Rosario, as we mentioned, the senior point guard, along with underclassmen Cameron Jones, a sophomore, and Justin DeCastro, a 6'2 junior. Jones, also a 6-foot sophomore. DeCastro at 20.3 a game. Rosario at 13.3 a game. And do not forget about Javon Merriweather coming off the bench, the sophomore, averaging at 11.9 points per game. So that's the lineup for the Red Knights and lineup as well for the Bearcats. We'll take a timeout, back with more of our Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf pregame show after this on WEEU in Reading.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're an award-winning nationwide agency you can trust, insuring what means most to you for over 32 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS, 4, insurance.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So, crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's Kettle Chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway this winter. Call today and ask for our tune-up special. Serving the community since 1965. Overhead Door Reading. We're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
And high school basketball tonight here on WEEU. We'll continue with our coverage on Thursday night. The Wilson girls with a dominant performance, not just in the county championship game where Exeter made a run at the Bulldogs in the fourth quarter, but Wilson came away with their first county championship since 2014, and now looking to make a run into the District 3 playoffs as the number 4 seed. Wilson with a solid victory last night over Penn Manor. They will take on Mechanicsburg on Thursday night in West Lawn. That's the 4 and 5 seed. With the Wildcats winning their game last night over Southwestern York. So it'll be Mechanicsburg and Wilson in West Lawn on our WEU continuing coverage on Thursday night. Again, that'll be a 6:45 start time, 7 o'clock tip-off at Wilson High School. And again, our coverage will continue both on the radio and on our free video stream as well on our YouTube channel at 8:30 WEU Sports. That will continue throughout the District 3 playoffs. And we expect to have a game for you on Friday night as well. What that game will be, well, that's all dependent upon who comes out of tonight's games with W's. But we've got 5 Berks County teams in action tonight, plus some teams that will only get started on Friday night as the District 3 4A bracket, including the county champion Berks Catholic Saints, will begin play on Friday night. So we will have a game for you on Friday night. We'll just ultimately figure out where we're going to be once the games are set in place. But tonight, it is the Reading Red Knights and the York Bearcats. The winner moves on to take on the winner of the game being played in Laureldale tonight in the 4-12 match, or the 4-13 matchup. That is Muhlenberg hosting Cedar Crest. The winner of this will take on the winner of that Friday night. We'll have that. We'll find out what's going on with that when we come back with more and our tip-off tonight as our Shell's Restaurant Darius World Miniature Golf pregame show continues after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
Support your Berks County community while purchasing great new and used furniture, appliances, and building supplies at the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore carries brand name new and used appliances, furniture, home decor, and more. Many new items are manufacturer direct and are available at unbeatable prices. Stop by the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County Tuesdays through Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or visit our website at restoreberks.org for more information.
Welcome back to the Geico Complex. Again, alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool, getting set for Reading High and York High, tipping off against one another. And our tip-off is presented to you by the Coley Insurance Group. Discover the power of choice with Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, with locations in Muhlenberg and Wyomissing. They're a fully independent insurance agency with access to over 40 top-rated insurance carriers to ensure you get the best coverage at the best price. Whether it is auto, home, or life insurance, they have you covered. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice is yours. Call their team today at 484-848-6088. And the Red Knights, as they did before the county championship, have called their opponent, York High, into a bit of a circle before the game gets started. They did this against Muhlenberg on Wednesday night. They did it with Berks Catholic as well, the county championship game on Friday night. And Rick Perez leading the charges to do it again tonight as the District 3 playoffs get underway. And just kind of a reminder, let's go play 32 minutes of basketball, and let's do it with a great passion. But when the game is over, well, let's shake hands. And it was a really cool moment. We talked with Coach Perez about it a little bit tonight, Rich, before the game, about after the game was over with. And he had to, again, send the message to his kids after it was over with. Take your silver medal, take your runner-up, be proud of the fact you are the runner-up, and go shake their hand. And that's exactly what the Red Knights did. After the medal ceremony was completed, the two teams got together, they exchanged some hugs, they exchanged some handshakes, and say good luck to you in the district playoffs.
Yeah, we don't want to forget about sportsmanship because it's very, very important. And sometimes it is forgotten, you know, how to conduct yourselves. And you got to learn how to lose, not only how to win. Losing is there are going to be losses in life, throughout life, whatever that may be, and you've got to learn how to handle them. And that's going to be fascinating tonight, is to see which one of these teams bounces back from an overtime loss in their league championship game.
Again, the Bearcats went 9-3 in Division I of the York Adams. They lost twice to Central York, always one of the best teams in the district, and one of the best teams in the state. They won a state championship a couple years ago after beating Reading High in the state semifinal, and they split their 2 games with Red Lion. The losses for the Bearcats this season, again, they lost to Reading High in the second game of the season. They lost to Upper Darby, McCaskey, Hempfield. This is some of their non-league schedule. And they also lost to Exeter a couple weeks ago. They gave up 92 to the Eagles. We asked Rick Perez about that, and he said, look, York's going to come at you and pressure you. If you can beat their pressure, you can score on them, and that's exactly what Exeter did. He said, to Jeff Van Coorter and Exeter's credit, they diced up York's pressure, and that's how they were able to score 92 points. So it's somewhat, in some ways, it's a difficult York team to figure out. There's talent there for sure, and they can be really good some nights and some open questions on some other nights. We'll see how they respond here. And they control the tap in their visiting orange uniforms with the blue and black trim, and the Red Knights in their home whites with the red and black trim. We are underway here at the Geigel, District 3 6A opening round game. And the Bearcats with the basketball in the hands of Sincere Burgess. The senior guard looks for the backdoor cut for Romero. Has to go underneath the basket, and another backdoor cut. The shot is blocked, but ultimately ends up in the hands of Brandon DeShields, who lays it in, and York is on the board first.
The other thing tonight is going to be important is how do these teams react to the mid-pen officiating crew?
Raven Rubio dumps it off inside for DeCastro. Tries to get around DeShields. Can't get the shot to go. Rebounded by DeShields, and on the outlet press, Barnes has it. Is stripped out of his hands by DeCastro, or by Jacob. Loose on the floor. Burgess picks it up and settles it back in the hands of Nasir Barnes.
Nice recovery by the Red Knights in transition.
Barnes on the switch. It's DeCastro who guards him. He takes it inside and kisses it off the glass. It's
tough
a 4-0 jump.
Really tough shot made by Nasir Barnes.
Again, 29 points per game for Nasir Barnes. He gets his first 2 here. And the Red Knights are down 4-0. A minute and change in. Here's Rosario. Drives and kicks, and it's thrown away, and a foul. Bad pass by Rosario. Trying to drive and then kick it for DeCastro. It was intercepted by Barnes, and then in the process of trying to get it back, DeCastro fouled him.
It's not a very good sequence there for the Red Knights. York went a 2-3 zone. Rosario tried to throw the ball across the court by DeCastro. It was picked off, and then to compound things, DeCastro picked up the foul.
Craig Bradley, Anthony Stebbins, and Tim Deljanovin are the mid-pen officiating crew on the officials tonight. Here's Jones guarding Barnes, forcing him to give it up. Goes to the backdoor look from DeShields. Look on the backdoor cut for Dwayne Hodges, who could not hold on to it. And the Bearcats turned over for the first time.
That was a nice look by DeShields, just a little bit ahead of Hodges, who we've already seen here in the first minute and a half. York has made several backdoor cuts against Reading's pressure.
3-2 zone defense in the half court for the Bearcats.
It was a 2-3 the last time down there, so they're going to be changing defenses as well.
Jones from the top of the key, swings around the corner. Rosario, who goes baseline, lost the handle on it. It's picked up on a bounce by Hodges. Second Red Knight turnover. 4-0, York still on top. Barnes trying to get by Jones, can't do it. Tries again. Jones recovers. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back for Burgess. He's going to fire up a 3. Good. Sincere Burgess with the 3, his 31st of the season, and it is a 7-0 York advantage and a timeout early on for Rick Perez and the Red Knights.
Yeah, just that York has been getting really good shots, really good looks at the basket, and Rick Perez needs a timeout to calm his guys down.
It'll be a full timeout with 5:51 left to go in the first quarter. York on top 7-0. We're back to the Geigel Complex in Reading after this on WEEU in Reading.
Hey, Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and enjoy the perfect spread with Chick-fil-A Catering. Availability and order requirements vary. See restaurant for details.
So a fast start for the Bearcats. Red Knights with a quick timeout, just 2 minutes and change into the ballgame. 7-0 York on top. Red Knights will have the basketball. It was Burgess, the three-pointer that gives the York Bearcats that 7-0 lead. A couple of turnovers early on for the Red Knights as well. Red Knights do have a zone buster sitting on their bench with Javon Merriweather. Thought perhaps at the timeout he might come in. Not quite yet. Merriweather is the leader in the three-point column for the Red Knights with 32 on the season. DeCastro.
Extending the zone, really. Man, Burgess out high defending the Jones.
Here's Jacob trying to go baseline. Nothing there. Bearcats surround him and tie him up. They'll go to the jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it in Reading High's favor. The Red Knights trying to attack the back line of that zone defense and not finding any success.
Bob, it's 2.5 minutes in, and I find it amazing that this is the same team that allowed Exeter 92 points.
Inbounds for Rosario in the paint. Swings it back out and around for Jones on the left wing. Into the middle of the paint, throws it right into the teeth of the defense, and another Red Knight turnover, and now a foul back the other way. So the Red Knights with 3 turnovers, no points, and now a second foul picked up.
This one on Rosario. So Reading's top 2 scorers each have a quick foul here to start the game.
Shields going to bring the ball up the floor himself. The best size the Bearcats have at about 6'4", guarded by Jameer Jacob. Barnes calls somebody out to set a screen, goes around that screen. Jones goes around it as well. And a second screen, they try to get it in the corner. Rubio deflected and tipped around, and its last touch by Romero. Good defense by Raven Rubio to tip it free, and York turns it over, and here comes Javon Merriweather.
Yeah, I think that Merriweather can hit the three, but he also, if York is in a 3-2 or 1-2-2, the corners should be open, and I like Merriweather's chances in the corner.
And another solid performance in a win over Berks Catholic. He's out in the corner, immediately trapped wide open is DeCastro. He missed the shot, tipped around, and Rosario's there to clean it up, and the Red Knights are finally on the board.
Yeah, really nice look by Merriweather and a nice follow by Rosario.
Red Knights finally on the board with 4:40 left to go in the quarter. Barnes dumps inside to DeShields, stripped, and a foul. DeShields had it. He was stripped by one of 3 Red Knights, and I believe it is, Rich is correct, it is Cameron Jones who picks up the Red Knights' 3rd foul of this first quarter.
Again, it's adjusting to the mid-pen crew. It's whatever crew, because Reading has seen almost exclusively Berks County crews over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Barnes on the dribble drive, off-balance shot, no good. Loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. Merriweather knocked it loose and knocked it out of bounds. As for a moment, Dwayne Hodges had it for the Bearcats underneath the basket. Reading stripped it out of his hands but could not control it. Bearcats will inbound. Directly across from the Red Knight bench, with Reading behind 7-2 early first quarter. Burgess with the big 3, guarded by Rubio out near half court, lost it into the backcourt. Backcourt violation. Good defense by Raven Rubio forces York into its 3rd turnover.
Much better defense after the timeout by Rick Perez by the Red Knights. They definitely have made an adjustment.
So it is Jones, Merriweather, Rosario, DeCastro, and Rubio, the 5 on the floor right now for Reading High. 3 sophomores out there, a junior and 1 senior in Rosario, who has it in the left corner. Swings it back and around the left wing for Jones. And now the other side for Merriweather. A long 3 is well short, rebounded by Barnes. Up ahead for DeShields. Red Knights slow to get back, and the Bearcats make them pay.
Yeah, the Bearcats love to run the floor.
And a look up the head, and it was almost taken away by Barnes, but fortunately Rubio was there to clean it up.
Yeah, that was trouble, and Rubio the Red Knights got a break. Loose ball, Rubio landed right in Rubio's hands, and he scores the layup.
And it was the pass from Cameron Jones. He's kind of gotten into a funk of that a little bit with making some bad passes, and now Barnes beats him off the dribble and takes him to the rack. Monsieur Barnes with his 2nd field goal. It's 11-4 York. Red Knights quickly up the end of the floor, but they turn it over off the shoulder of Raven Rubio. Turnover number 4 for Reading High. 11-4 York on top. 3:32 left to go in the first quarter. Not the start the Red Knights were looking for in this second life of the District 3 tournament. And here's Burgess on a drive, slips and falls. York turns it back. Rosario on a 3-on-1. Beautiful no-look pass. Merriweather lays in.
Really nice play by Rosario, but Jones started it, knocked the ball away, created the turnover.
11-6. Red Knights cut it to within 5. with 3:05 left to go in the first. Romero tries to go baseline, dumps it back for DeShields through traffic, misses, and it ends up in the hands of Rosario. Red Knights want to push it back the other way. Rosario in the open floor for DeCastro. DeCastro to the rim, blocked from behind and fouled. Well, I believe the foul on Hodges. That is correct. It's going to be the first foul against York High. We'll put Justin DeCastro at the free throw line looking for his first points of the night.
Bob, we have a couple scores in Laureldale after one quarter. It's Cedar Crest 18, Muhlenberg 16, and in West Lawn it is Conestoga Valley 17, Wilson 12 after one.
So not a good start for the three Berks County teams in the 6A bracket, all of course out of Division I. Muhlenberg the 4 seed, Reading the 5 seed, Wilson the 6 seed, all down early on in the first quarter. Justin DeCastro at the free throw line for the Red Knights, misses the first of two. Castro again looking for his first points of the game after an 8-point output against Berks Catholic. One of the few games this season when DeCastro did not score double digits. He's been in double digits 24 times of the Red Knights 25, and he misses both free throws. It remains an 11-6 York lead. Now the Red Knights going to trap in the front court, and there's a bump and a foul by Merriweather. That's the fourth foul against Reading High in the first quarter. Merriweather and Rubio trying to pose the trap on Nasir Barnes, but Merriweather slow to get there and bumps him instead.
And we have a little bit of a surprise in the 3A field. Kutztown, after one quarter, leads Antietam 12-6.
So not a good start for all the favorites so far. Elijah Miller has checked into the game, senior guard for York, as Romero comes out to set a high screen for Barnes, trying to get by Rubio. Beats him off the dribble, pulls up, but Rubio recovered to block it. Ends up back in the hands of the Bearcats. Kick it out for Romero and three, and he buried it. Josiah Romero with his 28-3. It's a 14-6 York advantage.
Reading's just got to play patiently, especially in offense, and don't force the issue.
Dangerous pass, good catch by DeCastro. In the middle of a defense, kicks it to the foul line. Merriweather wide open, he buries the 15-foot jumper.
Nice look by DeCastro. Merriweather found the seam in the zone.
Better ball movement by the Red Knights in that possession. 14-8 now our score. With 1:15 to go in the quarter, York on top, and they've got the ball. Barnes drives, kicks it to the corner. A three from the corner is well off the mark by Elijah Minter, but the Bearcats get it back. An off-balance shot by Barnes, falling out of bounds. No. Offensive rebound putback is no good by Justin Brown. A third and a fourth opportunity is finally home, and it's Dwayne Hodges who lays it in for the Bearcats.
Too many chances for the Bearcats.
And right away, DeCastro drives, but he cannot finish, and now a foul on the rebound as Jacob and Hodges were tied up with one another. And this is going to be the 5th team foul against the Red Knights as Jameer Jacob picks up his first. We will walk to the other end of the floor, and the Bearcats are now in the double bonus. We'll shoot two with 1:22 left to go in the first quarter.
Too many chances, too many opportunities for York on that previous possession.
So to the free throw line goes junior Dwayne Hodges. He's a 77% free throw shooter. York as a team's very good from the line, 73%. 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. Bearcats with an 8-point lead and looking for more, and Hodges makes the first. 3 straight points now for Dwayne Hodges. Cameron Jones checks back in now for Reading High. Justin DeCastro off to a slow start for the Red Knights, comes out. Castro's missed a couple field goals and then just missed a couple of free throws as well. Hodges' second is also good. An 18-8 advantage for the Bearcats. Hodges out, Brendan DeShields back in. All 5 starters for York have scored. Jones, Rosario, Jacob, Rubio, and Merriweather, the 5 on the floor right now for Reading High. The ball in the hands of Jones at the top for Merriweather on the left wing. Swings it around for Rosario. To the middle is Jones. Off the back of the iron, no. Loose on the floor, off the rim, and it's eventually Brandon DeShields who pulls it away. It's a good ball movement, but Jones could not get the shot to go. And there's Romero with a drive and a dump for DeShields. Works his way into traffic, tied up, and a foul. between Rosario and Merriweather. One of them's going to have their second foul. It's going to be Wesley Rosario's second. And to the free throw line goes Brandon DeShields. So they're going to get DeCastro back in the game, I would believe, and Rosario out with 2 fouls here and 52 seconds left to go in the first period.
Bob, I think the size of Romero and DeShields is causing Reading a lot of problems off the glass, and especially in the middle of that zone, on the back end of that zone defense.
Sean Matei will check into the game for the first time for the Bearcats as Romero will come out. Shields misses the first, makes the second. He's got 5 first-quarter points. The lead grows to 11 for the Bearcats. 19-8, York on top. 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jacob trapped in the corner, gives it up for Jones. Inside for DeCastro. Dumps it off. One more pass for Rubio, who lays it in.
Really nice look by DeCastro.
Raymond Rubio with his second field goal of the first quarter. 35 seconds left to go in the first. 19-10, Bearcats on top. Looks like they'll hold for one here, perhaps. We'll see with now inside of 30 seconds to go. The ball in the hands of Nasir Barnes.
Might attack here with Reading, over the limit. I would try to attack, get to the line maybe.
I would agree, but so far not there. Here comes Barnes trying to do just that. A little off-balance leaner. No, tipped around, loose on the floor. Still loose, and eventually it's picked up by York. They kick it to the corner. Brown for 3, and he buried it. Justin Brown buries the 3. 4 seconds to go. Red Knights one last shot here from Merriweather. Good if it goes. It does not, but a fast start for the York Bearcats has them on top after 1. District 3 6A opening round playoffs. It is York 22, Reading High 10. Back with quarter number 2 on WEU after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
What if you could have more Mike?
We had a calamity.
More Bob.
Am I going to remember this tomorrow?
More local voices.
You two really complement each other, and it makes for the great show.
And more of what you love in the morning.
Tell me more.
WEEU fans, we heard you loud and clear. So now you can hear Mornings with Mike from 6 to 10, followed by Feedback from 10 to noon. More local voices, more conversation, and more of everything you love in the mornings. Right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and Beyond.
Back to quarter number 2, and not a good start for the Reading Red Knights. Good, there's still plenty of time left, but bad news is the hole is deepest at 12 points after the third 3 of the first quarter for the York Bearcats, buried in the corner by Justin Brown after another offensive rebound for the Bearcats as well.
Tajay Slaughter, freshman, into the game, did not play much in the Berks championship game against Berks Catholic, but he's in there now. He gives Reading a little bit more size.
Bearcats with the basketball to start period number 2. Sincere Burgers, who hit one of those 3s, so the Bearcats back on the floor. Here's Barnes, poked away from Jones from behind in the open floor. DeCastro has a 3-on-1. Lob up ahead for Cameron Jones, who lays it in.
DeCastro has 3 really pretty assists so far. That one to Jones.
They have the Red Knights try and pick up the defensive intensity. It starts out very well. Here's a trap on Barnes again. They've got him pinned out near half court. And now a timeout call for the bench. Carrie Glover, sensing the Red Knights with a little bit of a bounce in their step to start the second quarter, will call an early 30-second timeout, seeing Nasir Barnes trap for a second straight possession.
Yeah, Reading has to make something happen on the defensive end. They've got to figure out a way to prevent the ball from getting inside to DeShields and to Romero, because they've really hurt them the offensive glass.
7:29 left to go in the first half, 31 seconds into the second quarter, and York calls an early timeout after Reading High called an early timeout to start the game, and York getting out to a 7-0 advantage. They increased that to a 12-point lead at the end of the quarter. The Red Knights with a defensive takeaway that leads to a run-out and a bucket for Cameron Jones. And now it's York calling a timeout after the Red Knights had trapped Barnes out near half court. DeCastro, Slaughter, Jones, Rubio, and Merriweather, the 5 on the floor for the Red Knights. DeShields, Barnes, along with Sincere Burgess, Josiah Romero, and Justin Brown, the 5 on the floor right now for York High. Actually, let me correct myself. That's Jason Matei is the 5th player out there, the only player off the bench right now for the Bearcats on the floor. Romero has one of those 3, swings around for Burgess. Here's Romero trying to go baseline. Rubio recovers, but wide open underneath the bucket is Matei, and they find him for 2.
Really nice pass by Burgess. They took advantage of the Reading double team. Burgess was wide open underneath.
24-12. Here's Merriweather for a catch-and-shoot 3. It spins out on him. DeCastro with a rebound finds Rubio underneath for 2 more.
Again, DeCastro with the rebound, and it's 4th assist of the night.
So DeCastro with no points, but he's finding open players. Makes it a 10-point game again at 24-14. Barnes trapped, gives it up for Romero. Top of the key for 3. Buries another. Bearcats hot from beyond the arc as Romero hits his 2nd 3 of the game. 27-14. So Red Knights right now just can't come up with a stop on the defensive end. Here's DeCastro, at the foul line, no good on the turnaround jumper. Barnes in the open floor, goes behind his back, kicks it out for Romero. Thought about the 3, drives inside, stripped by Jones. DeCastro comes up with it.
Nice hands by Cameron Jones.
Forces turnover number 5 for the Bearcats. Can the Red Knights take advantage of it? Merriweather with a strong drive and a foul.
Very aggressive move by Merriweather.
He will end up at the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul's going to be on Brandon DeShields. That's going to be his first. And Merriweather at the free throw line to shoot 2. Sophomore, a 74% free throw shooter. Mentioned that York, a good free throw shooting team, as are the Red Knights at 70% on the season. Scoring has not been a problem for York this season, averaging over 73 a game, but they have had nights like they did with Exeter where the Eagles got them for 92, but they're on average they're giving up less than 61 a game.
York has a full court press. They like the zone press and trap. They haven't used it too much. They're hurting Reading with the zone in the half court.
2 for 2 at the free throw line for Merriweather, makes it 27-16. Khalik Weaver will check into the game. Khalik Weaver, the senior, checks into the game for the first time for the Red Knights. He guards Barnes a long way from the basket. Barnes is going to pull up for the 3. That's well short. But right there for the rebound is Hodges, but he missed it. And now a jump ball on the rebound, and it's going to stay York high ball. Bearcats owning the offensive glass. Nope, correct myself. Jump ball favors the Red Knights.
Yeah, York had the ball to begin the half. Just a really, really tough night rebounding so far for the Red Knights. They've got to do a better job if they want to advance.
Now they trap Cameron Jones. Skip pass for Merriweather to DeCastro. Pulls it away from a defender in the paint for 2. Still can't find the range. Justin DeCastro scoreless to this point in time. And the Red Knights still trail by 11. Barnes, long 3 again, is short, but he's fouled. Weaver bumped him after the shot as Barnes kind of leaned into him.
Yep.
So Barnes will shoot 3 at the line. Barnes with 61 threes on the season. He's also a 74% free throw shooter. A career high of 45 a couple weeks ago in a win over Red Lion. And one that makes the first here. He's going to, again, shoot 3 free throws here. Quiet start for the Red Knights. Quiet crowd so far here at the Geigel as the Red Knights find themselves in a hole here in the first half. And Barnes adds to it by making a 2nd free throw, and he's going to get 1 more.
He's got a lot of work to do. A lot of time left. We're only here in the middle of the second quarter, but the Red Knights have a lot of work to do. They're right now on the verge of going down 14.
And it is 30-16 after the 3 for 3 for Barnes, who now has 7 points. 5:20 left to go in the first half. They come out to get Jones at half court. He never went across the line and then throws it away.
Yeah, Jones picked up this dribble and then really didn't know what to do with it and tried to throw it across the court and threw it out of bounds.
Turnover number 5 for the Red Knights. And here comes Rosario back into the game as Slaughter will come out. Now Jameer Jacob will come back into the game as well, and Merriweather will come out. $5:15 to go in the half. Bearcats with a 14-point advantage, their largest, and they've got the ball in the hands of Nasir Barnes. Guarded by Kalik Weaver. Here's the screen by DeShields. They fight through that. Barnes kicks it around for Romero, open in the corner for another three. This is short. Ball loose on the floor, still loose. And again, another offensive rebound by York as Hodges comes away with it. Barnes drives, stripped by Jones, picks it back up again, dumps it inside. Hodges could not handle it, and York will turn it over.
The Bearcats are killing the Red Knights off the glass at both ends of the floor. Reading getting very rare second opportunities. I'm not even sure if they've had one. York, time after time, getting second chances.
Jay-Sean Mate will check back in now for the Bearcats as Hodges comes out. DeCastro skip pass for Rosario. Forces it in a paint kick out for Weaver and three, well off the mark, loose on the floor, and now a foul on the rebound. And that's going to be on DeCastro.
Wow.
It'll be his second. Red Knights' first of the second quarter. Actually, second of the second quarter. A 14-point Red Knight deficit, and York has the ball back. Barnes, again, trying to beat Weaver off the dribble. Weaver recovers. Barnes skips it around for Romero, dumps it for DeShields. Great pass inside, but stripped away by Jones. Good hands again by Cameron Jones. Rosario in the open floor for Weaver, and spin it back around. Jones will spot up for three. That's off the mark, and rebounded by DeShields. Red Knights getting looks, but they're not getting the outside shots to go.
And they're getting no second chances.
Barnes back the other way. He's going to spot up for three. Got it.
Wow.
Nasir Barnes with his first three of the night makes it a 33-16 York High lead. In the paint for DeCastro, but it's taken away by DeShields. Again, the Red Knights with another careless pass. Barnes back for another three. That spins out. DeShields had the offensive rebound, lost it, but saves it for Romero, who gets two more. York beating them to every loose ball on top of everything else.
Just a dominant performance so far by the York Bearcats.
Beating Reading High to every loose ball, beating them off the glass, and beating them on the scoreboard. With 3:25 left to go in the first half, timeout Red Knights. They trail at 35-16 back to the Geico Complex after this on WEEU in Reading.
Hey, Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and enjoy the perfect spread with Chick-fil-A Catering. Availability and order requirements vary. See restaurant for details.
When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
35-16, 3:25 left to go in the first half here at the Geico Complex. Rich Garcelle catches up on some of the other games going on involving Berks County teams in the District 3 playoffs.
In the other 6A boys games in Berks County, it's Conestoga Valley 32, Wilson 28 at the half, and Muhlenberg 35, Cedar Crest 31. In 3A boys, Antietam leads Kutztown 23-14 at the half.
The Exeter girls, the other Berks County team in action there at Lampeter-Strasburg tonight. Here's a drive along the baseline as Rubio cannot finish it off the nice feed from Rosario. Up ahead again. York will beat Reading High down the floor, and then a foul on top of it. Red Knights again slow to get back defensively. York beats them on the run out, and then the foul as well will send York to the free throw line as Justin Brown scores and gets fouled.
Cameron Jones picks up his second foul. So right now, Reading not only is trailing by a bunch, by a ton, they have three starters with two fouls.
Deficit continues to grow now for the Bearcats as Brown ends up finishing off the three-point play. In addition to everything else, the Bearcats all but perfect at the free throw line, 4 for 4 in this second quarter. Their lead is now 38-16. Shocker so far here at the Geigel. Can the Red Knights recover? Backdoor look for Rubio, deflected off his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay Red Knight ball. Red Knights again continue to try to work that baseline against the 3-2 zone.
It's the important thing is you try to get the ball into the middle of that zone, and when DeCastro has the ball in the middle, he's either got to score or dish.
Inbounds for Merriweather and a step out on the 3 on the inbounds pass to Javon Merriweather with a much-needed 3 for the Red Knights. That ends an 8-0 Bearcat run, actually an 11-0 Bearcat run. With 2:30 to go in the half, the Red Knights down 38-19. It's not a York team that's going to pull it out and slow it down. So Romero has it out near half court, guarded by Merriweather. Gives it up for Barnes, guarded by Jones. Trapped, gives it up for Romero. Maybe the Bearcats will try to run a little clock here. With a 19-point lead on the road, Romero lost the handle on it, double dribbled, and turnover. Number 8 against the Bearcats, and the Red Knights forced a turnover, now trying to capitalize on the offensive end. Merriweather, Rubio, DeCastro, Rosario, and Jones, the 5 on the floor for the Red Knights. Into the paint for DeCastro, drives hard inside, got the bucket and a foul.
DeCastro has to attack the basket. He did that time, drew the foul on Romero, I think.
DeCastro's first bucket of the night. And the foul is on Josiah Romero, his first, Bearcats' third. More importantly, the bucket good for DeCastro, and it's a free throw line. Try to add on to it for a three-point play.
Bob, the only game that I can remember that I've done with you on WEEU that Reading trailed by this many points was a game against Exeter a few years ago.
And that was here at the Geigel.
Yes, that's what I mean, at the Geigel, yeah.
Three-point play for DeCastro is good. So back-to-back three-point trips for the Red Knights offensively. Have it to a 16-point game. 38-22, 1:45 to go. Inevitable, try to get it to single digits if you're the Red Knights before the end of the half if they're going to have enough possessions. They force the trap, kick it around, and a 3 from the corner for the Bearcats is off the mark from Burgess.
Nice save.
Cameron Jones off the DeCastro save. Up ahead, Merriweather for 3 more. No. DeCastro with another tough offensive rebound. Put back, yes, and a foul.
That was determination by Justin DeCastro.
I'm not sure how he caught that ball. His arm, he reached out kind of like a Spider-Man reach and grabbed the ball and then went back up against the Shields. Got the bucket and the foul on the Shields. So a chance for another three-point play for Justin DeCastro. Scoreless up until a moment ago. Now looking for 6 if he can finish off at the line. And he does. The 9-0 run now for the Red Knights makes it a 38-25 game. And with that, Brown out. And Elijah Minter back in for the Bearcats. Barnes trapped in the backcourt, works his way out of that trap, gives it up and gets it across half court. Working inside for DeShields, and it's an easy layup.
Yeah, DeShields is such a huge target for Barnes.
40-25, back the other way comes the Red Knights. Into Castro. Switches his hands in midair to his left hand and finishes it off. Open Barnes for the bucket. 40-27. Quickly up ahead, DeShields in traffic and a foul.
On the floor.
Rubio was up in the air and landed on the back of Elijah Minter. So the foul will be on Raven Rubio. First against the sophomore, 4th against the Red Knights. And not a shooting foul, as Rich said, on the floor. So York will inbound underneath. 53.9 left to go in the first half. Red Knights down 13, York with the basketball. Romero thought about the 3, gives it up. Barnes trapped in the corner. Nowhere to go and knocked out of bounds, and it's Red Knight basketball.
Wait a minute. Yes, it is. Yeah, there was a discussion between the two officials on this side of the court.
So the Red Knights get it back. As we said, get it to single digits, and that's a win for the Red Knights by halftime. 47 seconds left to go. They're down by 13 here.
They were down by 19.
38-19 was the worst of the deficit so far. 20 seconds to go in the half. Rosario, back door, kick it out and around. Rubio, back to Merriweather for three in the corner. No. Rebounded by Rubio. Put back. Yes.
Oh, what an effort by Raven Rubio.
Without coming back to the ground, falling back to the ground, he scores. 22 seconds left to go in the half. Barnes back the other way. Poked it, picked it back up again. Down to 15 seconds for Romero. York wanting to hold for one here to finish the half. Romero trying to get by Rosario. Kick it around to the baseline. Tied up, taken away by Rosario. 5 seconds left to go. Up ahead for Rubio. Can they beat the buzzer? Rubio off the glass. No. And that will finish it. But a lot of energy for the Reading Red Knights as they head to the locker room. They've got themselves at least a little bit closer. Back in the game, down by 19. They've got it to 11 after 2. It's York 40, Reading 29. We're back with our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway this winter. Call today and ask for our tune-up special. Serving the community since 1965. Overhead Door Reading. We're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Temperatures dropped and my heating wouldn't kick on, so I called Keith HVAC, Electrical and Plumbing. They had it running fast and at a fair price. That was years ago, and I've trusted them ever since. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, Keith does it all. Honest, fast, professional. They've been around for 30 years for a reason. Call Keith HVAC today. You'll be glad you did.
Keith HVAC Electrical and Plumbing. Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit keithhvac.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Sluggish start for the Reading Red Knights in the opening round of the District 3 6A playoffs as they take on a dangerous York High team who got off to a blistering start at 7-0. They upped that lead to double digits at 18-8 and a 12-point advantage after 1. The hole got deeper for Reading High as grew to as many as 19 points before the Red Knights made a surge at the end of the second quarter, and they head to the locker room down by 11. And Rich, it may not seem it, but those last couple of minutes for the Red Knights may have been, hopefully for them, a little bit of the tonic they need to carry them into the second half.
Well, it's got to encourage them inside their locker room right now, knowing that they're not completely out of this game. I mean, if they had continued playing like they were playing, you know, this could have been 22, 23-point deficit. You're down 11. That's good news. The other good news is they avoided any of their starters getting a third foul, and 3 of them picked up 2 pretty quickly. So there's a couple good signs, but the effort of Justin DeCastro and Raven Rubio in particular on the offensive end, and the defense of Cameron Jones and Wesley Rosario, that has allowed Reading to creep back into this. Now it is doable. At 19 at the half, boy, I don't know, but now it is a doable deficit. Down 11, they can come back.
Yeah, and it all started with a 3 from Javon Merriweather, and that was the good news because it was the first 3 of the night for Reading High, as opposed to York High, who has 5 threes in the first half, and they were just dagger after dagger for York to help push them to that 19-point advantage. Even when the Red Knights could come back with 2, York would come back with a 3 on the other end. And so the deficit just got worse. But I think the worst mistake in terms of Rick Perez's eyes would no doubt be that the Red Knights were getting killed on the offensive glass and, for my money, also beat to a lot of loose balls as well. It looked like the Bearcats just had a lot more of a bounce in the step than the Red Knights, and that just doesn't sit well in the Red Knight locker room.
No, that changed, too. We saw that change over the last 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Reading was a lot more active, and I think they went to that kamikaze defense where they were just trapping the ball anytime they can get, any chance they can get, and try to prevent the ball from getting inside to Brandon DeShields and Josiah Romero, who are taller than anybody that Reading has.
Say 40-29 advantage here at the Geigel. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. Don't forget, coming up after our broadcast is complete and after our Pizza Coma Temple postgame show, back at the WEEU studios, Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob with the scoreboard show. They'll fill you in on everything that's going on around District 3 and beyond as well. On a busy night of high school basketball, we'll have that one for you tonight. Coming up after our game is complete in our live coverage here from Reading High. We'll catch you up to date with the games that we know when we come back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show after this on WEEU in Reading.
When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. Again, alongside Rich Garcelle. My name is Bob McCool. 40-29. Rich will catch you up to date on some other scores, but in terms of individual numbers here, Nasir Barnes, no surprise, leading the way for the Bearcats with 10 points. A big piece of that was fouled from beyond the arc. He made 3 out of 3 free throws. So when you talk about the three-point shooting for the Bearcats, you kind of almost have to throw that into the equation as well. He was fouled shooting a 3 and then made all 3 free throws. So from that perspective, it's really almost like 6 possessions led to a 3-point possession for York in that first half. 8 points for Josiah Romero, the second leading scorer for the Bearcats on the season. Brandon DeShields has been a problem for the Red Knights, for York inside, both physically off the glass and in terms of scoring as well. He's got 7 for York High, 6 off the bench for Justin Brown, including one of those 5 3-pointers, and 3 points as well for Sincere Burgess. He hit the first of the 3s tonight for Reading High, and 4 for DeJuan Hodges and 2 for Jason Mate, and the Bearcat total of 40. For the Red Knights, led by Javon Merriweather with 9, 8 each for Justin DeCastro. All 8 of those points came late in the second quarter for the Red Knights leading scorer. Raven Rubio also with 8 points, just 2 for Wesley Rosario and 2 for Cameron Jones, and the Red Knight total of 29. 40-29, Red Knights trail the Bearcats here at the Geigel. You're caught up to date on our scoring. Rich Garcelle will catch you up to date with what we know so far around District 3 with Berks County teams.
Yeah, we have 2 other 6A boys games going on in Berks County. On at the half, Conestoga Valley leads Wilson 32-28, and at Laureldale, the Muhlenberg Mules and the Cedar Crest Falcons are tied at 35 early in the third quarter. In 3A boys, it's Antietam 23, Kutztown 14 at the half.
So again, all winners tonight will play on Friday. There's also already a couple of teams guaranteed to be playing on Friday because the 4A bracket just gets started on Friday night, including Berks Catholic, who will be home against Eastern York, the team they beat in last year's district championship. That game will start a little earlier at Berks Catholic. I believe that's a 6:30 start at Berks Catholic. Check the District 3 brackets to be sure. And, of course, why missing is also home on Friday night. They will welcome Schuylkill Valley on Friday night, and Ole is also in action in the 4A bracket as well. So those games, that tournament, portion of the tournament, I should say, just getting started on Friday night in the Class 4A bracket. 40-29, Reading High trails York as we get set to start the second half, and the start of our second half is presented by Financial Planning Advisors. Their team of professional advisors can help guide your investment planning, retirement planning, or planning for the cost of your child's college education. Less than 2% of high school athletes receive a college scholarship. Financial Planning Advisors can help you plan for the increasing costs of college. Get Financial Planning Advisors working on your team. Call them at 610-376-6334 or go to financialpa.com. Say hello to our good friend Beth Master-Marino, who and her team at Financial Planning Advisors to help you out with your financial planning and college planning advice as well. Red Knights and the Bearcats set to start quarter number 3 here at the Geigel. Red Knights need a win tonight to secure the fact that they will continue their season, not only in the quarterfinals on Friday, but also the winner of tonight's game also assures themselves of gaining one of the 8 seeds coming out of District 3 in Class 6A. So a win tonight continues the season for the Red Knights, regardless of what they do on Friday. A loss, and their season will come to an end.
Bob, we didn't talk about this, but York had 7 turnovers in the second quarter. That was a big part of the rush that Reading made at the end of the quarter. York has 11 turnovers for the game. Reading had 4 in the first quarter, and most of them were early. They had just 2 in the second quarter. They only have 6.
Bearcats will get the basketball to start the third. Again, 40-29, York on top. Nasir Barnes, left side, double-teamed to Shields, and they tried for the backdoor cut. Too hot from the Shields, and York will add to that turnover column on their first possession of the third.
Bob, I have a score from the 5A girls. Lampeter-Strasburg leads Exeter 26-13, middle of the third quarter.
So the Eagles, who had that great rally in the second half against Wilson, looking to try to do the same here. And again, the Red Knights try for the long pass against this York defense as Rosario tried to look for Rubio underneath, and it was poked out of bounds.
A lot of long arms to get that pass through.
It was a part of the Red Knights' 4 first-quarter turnovers as they get it in bounds for DeCastro out near half court. Dribbles himself right into a double team, dives on the floor to get it back. Good hustle. Red Knights keep possession.
Good recovery by Jostin.
Rosario to DeCastro is going to spot up for 3, airballs it, and out of bounds. So just not a good possession there for Justin DeCastro. Almost turned it over, driving it into a double team, and then airballs a 3, and the Bearcats will get it right back.
Not his shot. That was a few steps behind the three-point arc.
Red Knights with some full court man-to-man pressure. Barnes will clear everybody out. He'll take the ball up the floor, guarded by Cameron Jones. Trying to beat him off the dribble. Dumps it off nicely for DeShields and 2.
Yeah, you could see they've worked together a lot. DeShields finishes Barnes' assist.
The defense crashes around Barnes, and DeShields wide open. He's got 9. Baseline for Jameer Jacob. Goes strong to the hole, off the rim. No. Fights for the rebound with Romero. They'll go to the possession hour. Reading High will get it.
Yeah, they need more from Jacob inside. They need him to whether to score or rebound or box out.
So the Red Knights on the possession hour will keep it. They'll inbound underneath. Cameron Jones almost always is the inbounder. Is inbounds on the right wing for Rosario. Drives, talks off the glass,
wow.
And 2.
That was sheer determination by Wesley Rosario.
Second field goal for the senior. Makes it an 11-point game again. 42-31. 6:35 left to go in the third period. Red Knights in their half-court man-to-man have not come out of that.
Not trapping yet.
Swinging around around the outside for Romero off a couple of screens. Romero dumps it for DeShields. Too hot to handle, and York will turn it right back. Good idea from Romero, but just had too much mustard on it. Went right through DeShields' hands and out of bounds.
Let's see if Reading could get this game into single digits. Maybe give them a little bit of an emotional lift.
Down by 11 and with possession in the hands of Rosario. To the corner for Jones. Has the opening on a baseline. Skip pass for DeCastro on the left wing. Drives, kicks it over. Jones, corner 3, in and out. DeCastro right there for the putback.
Nice play. Nice hustle by Justin DeCastro.
And they do have it under 10. It's a 9-point advantage right now for the Bearcats. 44-33 on the putback by DeCastro. back in double figures with 10. 25th time this season Justin DeCastro has been in double figures for the Red Knights. Barnes out near half court. Now DeShields comes out to set a screen for him. Not much going on right now for the York offense. Barnes doing a lot of dribbling. Everybody else kind of standing around.
And really no movement at all by the other four players.
Nope.
Except here comes DeShields trying to set a screen on Jones.
And Barnes goes the other way and then back towards half court. York trying to let a little air out of the ball, perhaps. Maybe try to slow down the charge for the Red Knights.
I wonder if Rick Perez decides to go to their trap.
That's going to be that's going to be an illegal screen on DeShields.
That was about the fourth illegal screen in that possession by DeShields. That was the first one called.
That's his third foul as well. So the Red Knights will get it back on another York turnover on the illegal screen. And the Red Knights a chance to chip away even more. By 9, 5:10 to go.
This looks like almost a 1-3-1, doesn't it,
It
Bob?
does. It does indeed. And they find the next line, and Rubio missed it. Great find from Cameron Jones. Rubio could not finish it, and the Bearcats get it right back.
That would have been a huge lift for the Red Knights.
Barnes again bringing the ball up the floor. Tries to attack this time. Trying to get away from Rosario. Spins a couple times and then finally turns and scores.
Pretty move by Sear Barnes.
Did not panic.
Yeah, and a really good defend against a really good defender in Rosario.
12 for Barnes. The lead is 11. 44-33. 4:34 left to go in the third. Jones, right elbow, skip pass for Rosario, and for three, well short. Jacob trying to get the rebound, can't control it. DeShields has it instead. York has it back. Up the other end of the floor comes Barnes. Dumps it off nicely and laid in by Hodges. And let's wait and see. It's contact after the pass.
It's a good basket. Not sure.
A foul after the bucket?
On Rubio.
So the bucket counts for Hodges and a foul. So a chance for a three-point play as Rubio gets called for the foul on that play. So a real disaster there for the Red Knights. Cannot score on their end, and now giving up a three-point play as Hodges finishes it off at the free throw line. Pushes it back up to a 14-point York High lead, 47-33. So a 5-0 pushback now for the Bearcats after the Red Knights got it to 9. Merriweather back in the game. Kicks it from baseline to baseline for DeCastro. Out high for Rosario. Jones, corner, Merriweather, catch and shoot three. No. DeShields with a rebound.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you miss, there's no second chances because of the size of DeShields.
He is cleaning up just about everything on the glass for the Bearcats. 3:50 to go in the third. Barnes tries to give it up. Almost taken away by DeCastro. Romero pulls it away. Dumps it inside for DeShields. No. Hodges with another offensive rebound and a kick out for Barnes. Barnes drives right into the traffic and a bucket and a foul.
Wow.
Nasir Barnes drives, absorbs the contact, kisses it off the glass, and a foul.
I think it's on DeCastro. No, it's on Cameron Jones.
So another offensive rebound by the Bearcats. This time it was DeJuan Hodges on the follow and kicked it out to Barnes, who's trying to make this turn into a three-point play, and he does. 15 now for Barnes, and the lead is back to 17.
Yeah, York on an 8-0 run after Reading cut it to 9, and really this could be the dagger because we're here 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Reading facing a 17-point deficit.
Red Knights need some points. They need them fast and some turnovers to go with it. Trying to get something going from beyond the arc as well. They have just the one Javon Merriweather 3 so far in this one. To the baseline, they go to Slaughter, the freshman up strong and off the glass in 2.
Nice strong move by Tajay.
50-35 after Slaughter gets his first 2.
Steal?
And off the steal on the inbounds, Jones is fouled. So the Red Knights take away the ball off the inbounds pass, which is exactly what they needed, and they foul Cameron Jones to send him to the line to shoot 2.
Bob, 2 other 6A games in Berks County are after 3, and they're both tight. Muhlenberg 45, Cedar Crest 43, and Conestoga Valley 46, Wilson 45.
Wow. Cameron Jones at the free throw line. The foul for York was on Sincere Burgess. It's his first. Jones at the free throw line makes the first and the second. He will come out, and in the game for the first time comes Michael Portalatin for the Red Knights.
And here's another score in the 3A boys bracket. Antietam leads Kutztown 29-14 after 3. Kutztown did not score, and we have another turnover.
York turns it over on the inbounds pass. Good job by Javon Merriweather. Kind of got in the passing lane, and Romero touched it last. The Bearcats give it right back. 3:03 left to go in the third. Reading High down 13. They get it back after a second consecutive York High turnover.
They need money. They need quite a few more than that, and they got to capitalize on it too, and they didn't here.
Again, throw it away, throwing it into the teeth of the defense of York High. The Red Knights turn it over. Barnes back the other way. Trapp gives it right back as Rosario dives on the floor. Red Knights get it back. 5 turnovers in the quarter. Here's DeCastro right at the Shields and scores.
Oh, that was a great move by DeCastro. Went inside the arms of the Shields, into his chest.
Makes it an 11-point game. Here comes the Red Knight pressure and a bump and a foul on Portalatin. First foul against Portalatin. Second foul on the Red Knights.
Bob, in that Antietam-Kutztown game, Kutztown has stayed in a zone defense from what I've been told. The Cougars have scored 2 points since the first quarter.
Elijah Minter back into the game now for the Bearcats as Hodges comes out. So a little bit less size on the floor for the Bearcats. And here's the trap immediately on the inbounds pass, and he traveled with it.
Wow.
They immediately trapped Burgess, and he tried to get out of that trap and travel with it.
7 turnovers this quarter for York.
18 in the game now for the Bearcats, and the Red Knights get it back with 2:26 left to go in the third. Trying to get it back to single digits again. DeCastro on the drive. Blocked by DeShields. DeCastro gets it back. Blocked and fouled this time. If that's on DeShields, that's 4.
Persistence by Justin DeCastro.
Question now is who is the foul on? It's on Romero, I believe.
It is.
That's his second. Both he and DeShields were there. Third foul against the Bearcats puts Justin DeCastro at the free throw line.
Makes the first. Right after, as soon as I say York goes up 17, that might be the run that they needed.
Yep.
Reading has answered on a 7-0 run right now, and DeCastro has a chance to make it 8-0.
Again, they got it to 9, and then the Bearcats went on that additional run as DeCastro makes them both to make it a 9-point game again, 50-41. They got it to 42-33, and then the Bearcats came back and scored 8 straight. Now they got him trapped again, but this time a foul is going to be called on DeCastro.
Yep.
And they better get a hold of him. Justin DeCastro is very reactionary after every time a foul is called against him. His teammates have kind of learned that they kind of get to him immediately. So
got to be really careful.
Picks up his third. Again, these are officials that do not know you. Berks County official might maybe look the other way. Not going to happen when you get in the postseason. You got new officials. Cross half court and a reach in and a foul called on Slaughter. That's going to be the 5th foul against the Red Knights, and so the Bearcats are headed to the free throw line for the rest of the quarter.
And that's not good news for the Red Knights because York shoots free throws extremely well.
They are 9 for 11 so far tonight and 73% on the season. And to the free throw line here goes Elijah Minter for the Bearcats. And his first is good. First point of the night for Minter as well. 2:02 left to go in the third. Hodges will check back in now for York, and Burgess will come out.
Bob, with 4.5 minutes left in Westlawn, Wilson has gained a 5-point lead over Conestoga Valley, 54-49.
52-41 here after Minter makes them both. And now Brown will check in. DeShields comes out.
Interesting.
So the Bearcats significantly smaller without DeShields on the floor, maybe to try to protect him a little bit here.
I was wondering,
11-point lead.
Ramos was staying at the top of the zone. Now he just moved into the back and moved Brown out front.
2:02 left to go in the third. Red Knights down by 11.
Excuse me.
In the paint for DeCastro. Surrounded by 4 Bearcats. Works his way free. Lays it off the rim with the left hand. No. Hodges with a rebound. Outlet pass. pulled away by Minter, and up ahead is Brown for an easy 2. Red Knights went for a couple of steals that left Justin Brown behind the pack all by his lonesome. It's 54-41 Bearcats. 1:35 left to go. Jones, skip pass. Rosario for 3 in the corner, well short. Rebounded by Barnes. Up ahead on the run out and landed off the glass is Minter for 2 more. Couple of runouts for the Bearcats, and they push back with 4 straight. It's 56-41, 1:20 left in the third.
Barnes, of all people, started that with the rebound and the pass.
Another pass into heavy traffic. Red Knights fortunate to keep it. DeCastro and Jones play catch at the top of the key. Swinging around for Merriweather. A long 3 is well short. Going to go right back to the Red Knights, and Jones off a bounce. Dumps it for DeCastro. Inside block from behind and foul by Romero. Josiah Romero blocked him from behind, but on the follow-through is going to get called for the foul. That's going to be his third.
It's going to be on Hodges.
I stand corrected.
I was with you. I thought it was on Romero.
So it's Hodges' second, and DeCastro shoots 2. 6 1/4, 14 on the night for Justin DeCastro. And misses the first. Kevin Rubio will check back in now. Tajay Slaughter will come out. Castro, a 74% free throw shooter on the season. Misses them both.
2 big misses, too.
And deflected out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Red Knights, so York will get it back with 56.9 left to go in the third quarter. Ty Maxfield will check into the game for the first time for the Bearcats. Sincere Burgess also back in for York High with a 15-point advantage in the final minute of the third quarter. Inbounds for Barnes. Takes the cross half court, guarded by Rosario. 50 seconds to go in the third. Barnes will call Burgess out. Now call Hodges out. Goes the other way. Step back for 3. Nasir Barnes with a dagger from 3-point range. Red Knights back the other way. DeCastro through traffic and a foul and a block.
It's going to be on Hodges. Nice take by DeCastro, but wow, what a play by Nasir Barnes. Faked going to the basket against Rosario, step back and just drained a 3.
Foul is again on Hodges. That's his third. DeCastro, who just missed 2 at the line, back to the free throw line for 2 more. The first is good. 34.1 left to go here in the third quarter. Now Jalen Shope, a senior, will check into the game for the first time for York. As Kerry Glover trying to give some of his starters a little bit of a breather to head into the fourth quarter when he knows he's going to have a lead.
I think he's used 12 players so far, something like that. Seems it anyway.
Castro makes them both. Makes it a 59-43 game. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They've got him trapped in the backcourt. Almost turned it over. Barnes through defenders.
Thought he got away with a walk.
And now a bump and a foul, and that's going to put Barnes on the line. In the bonus, Reading's Raven Rubio commits the foul. Sir Barnes will shoot 2. Stops the clock with 25.6 left to play. And Barnes, who's 4 for 4 at the free throw line, will shoot 2 more. Makes the first. Bearcats 9 for 9 at the free throw line since the end of the first quarter. They've only missed 1 free throw all night. Matei will check back in for York High. .6 left in the third with Barnes at the free throw line for 1 more. Makes them both. 20 for Nasir Barnes. That is the 24th time this season he has had 20 points, and he's going to take the remainder of this quarter off.
Scored 45 against Red Lion, which won their division in the York Adams League.
61-43 after the 2 for 2 for Barnes. To the corner for Merriweather. They close out on him. Swing it back at the top of the key for Rosario. Back to Merriweather. Into the baseline for DeCastro, and he's bumped and fouled. That's going to stop the clock and put him on the line. Again, in the double bonus, every foul by the Bearcats stops the clock, and Justin DeCastro is going to shoot 2 more at the stripe.
He's got to drive Kerry Glover nuts. Up 18 and foul 25 feet away from the basket.
DeCastro back at the line, remakes the first. 3 in a row at the line for DeCastro. Looks like they're going to get Barnes and Burgess back on the floor
for offense.
And potentially run out the remainder of this third quarter clock. Nine in the quarter, 17 on the night now for Justin DeCastro, and makes another.
He's really played well since the first quarter, extremely well.
He will come out. Khalik Weaver will come in with 15.5 left in the third. Red Knights again will trap. They force the steal. Jones picks it up. The shot is blocked by Barnes, and out of bounds. It's going to stay Reading high ball. So Red Knights again come up with a steal after the inbounds pass. Cameron Jones got his shot blocked, but then out of bounds, last touch by Nasir Barnes. Reading High gets it back with 9.7 left in the third quarter.
DeCastro in the game for Reading. Burgess out for York.
Kick out. Weaver fakes the 3, looks inside for Rosario. Rosario blocked out of bounds, and it'll stay Reading High ball.
No, I think it's going to be a foul, Bob.
You are correct. If so, it's Wesley Rosario who will shoot 2 for Reading High. You are correct. They're calling a foul.
I'm not sure who it's on. It looks like it's going to be on Brown.
So that's his second. Rosario will shoot 2. So Red Knights getting the opportunity to score points here late in this third quarter with the time stopped at the free throw line.
Got to make these free throws. You're down 16. You need every point you can get.
With 5.6 now left in the third. First by Rosario is good. 5 on the night for Wesley Rosario. Slaughter will check back into the game now for the Red Knights. They get DeCastro out for the final seconds of the third quarter.
Protect him, keep him from getting his 4th foul.
Rosario makes them both. 6 for Rosario. They'll get him out as well.
Yeah.
61-47 our score. Again, 5.6, and the Red Knights again will come back with the pressure.
Looks like Rubio is on Barnes. He's going to go deep.
He goes long, and the long pass up ahead is too long, and Reading High will get it right back. Barnes touched it.
No, he did touch it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he?
Yeah, he touched it before it went out of bounds, so it goes to the underneath the floor. If he did not touch it, then Reading High gets it underneath their own bucket.
But a lot of time. 4 seconds left. DeCastro and Rosario back in the game.
4.1 to go. Rosario picks it up at half court. Trying to beat the buzzer. Jones for 3. If it goes, it does not. And the Red Knights down to their final 8 unless they can come from behind at the Geigel. The score, York 61, Reading 47. Back for the final 8 here on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips.
Legend has it Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's kettle chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
Up against the wall, the Reading Red Knights, they head to the fourth quarter down by 14 on their home floor. District 3 6A opening round. Winner moves on. Loser's season is over. Alongside Rich Garcella, we start quarter number 4 with the York Bearcats on top of Reading High 61-47. And it will be York basketball to start the 4th.
Yeah, York led by 11 at the half, has extended it to 14. Bob, what a weird quarter. York had 9 turnovers but shot 7 for 8 from the field. Reading 4 for 15 from the field with just 1 turnover.
5 starters back on the floor now for the Bearcats. Here's Barnes trying to go baseline, off-balance shot. No. Deflected around. DeShields ends up with it. Stripped by Rosario, loose on the floor. And I believe they're going to call the jump ball.
And if it's a jump ball, it's Reading's ball.
DeShields and Rosario tangled up with one another on the floor, and that's what they're going to call.
Yep.
So it's another turnover for the Bearcats. 21 turnovers for York.
No, I think that's a rebound, Bob, for
Okay.
Rosario, because they both came down with the rebound, Rosario and DeShields.
The Red Knights' first possession of the fourth. Rosario, Jones, Weaver, Merriweather, and DeCastro, the 5 out there for Reading High. DeCastro right wing to the top of the key for Jones. Drives and kicks and a bump and a foul.
It's going to be on Burgess, I think.
It is Burgess. It's his second. Of course, you start the fourth quarter with a clean slate. First foul of the quarter against the Bearcats. Raymond Rubio back in. Kalik Weaver out for the Red Knights.
Bob, just we haven't really mentioned it, but Kerry Glover and his staff deserve a ton of credit for their scouting of Reading and their game preparation. This zone has caused Reading just so much confusion on offense, and it's just really neutralized everybody but Justin DeCastro, who's scored what he scored just by sheer effort.
And it has certainly taken the three-point shot away from the Red Knights as well. Javon Merriweather with the lone 3 of the night for Reading High.
Okay, Bob, we have our first final of the night, and Berks County has a team going to the state tournament. Wilson 58, Conestoga Valley 51. And Muhlenberg is up 2 on Cedar Crest with 15 seconds left.
So the winner of that meets the winner of this on Friday night. If the Mules lead home, it will be in Laureldale. They are the 4 seed. 7:25 left to go in this one. And the Red Knights down by 14 have the ball following a York timeout. Inbounds for Merriweather, and for 3, no. Rubio with a rebound, dumped it inside
Really
for Jones,
nice.
and 2.
Great look by Rubio, great hustle.
Never came down on the floor, passed it to Jones while in the air. Here come the Bearcats back the other way. DeShields a bucket and another foul.
DeShields has been a hand for the Red Knights. His size, Reading just has had no match for his size.
And another opportunity for a 3-point play for the Bearcats tonight.
Just after you pull within 11 and give some hope. Not sure who it was on, Bob. Do you?
It is on Merriweather.
Must be on Merriweather. And I have, it's a second. That's correct. Yes.
So DeShields with the bucket. He's now in double figures for the 11th time this season with 11 points and looking for one more at the free throw line. And that one is no good. So it is 63-49. Red Knights not in a position to be able to trade buckets here. Inside for Rosario. Triple team for DeCastro. Double teams up to the rim, no good, but he's fouled.
DeCastro, so much more aggressive since the first quarter, attacking the basket.
This one, I believe, is going to be a Romero. And that's going to be his third. DeCastro at the free throw line. Reading 10 for 12 at the free throw line in the third quarter. They're 14 for 16. And York, after the DeShields miss, is 13 for 15 at the free throw line. Castro makes the first of 2. 19 now on the night for DeCastro. Another would put him in over the 20-point mark for the 14th time this season. Junior has become one of the top scorers in Berks County this season, and he makes them both. Again, 2 back the array for the Red Knights. Need a defensive stop, but again, down the floor is another foul.
And DeCastro had a foul because that was going to be an easy layup. Just very slow getting back on defense.
It has been that way all night. Dwayne Hodges is going to the free throw line as DeCastro picks up his 4th. Red Knights going for the steals in the front court, but when York is able to avoid that, they're getting layups on the other end. Hodges misses the first of 2. He's a 77% free throw shooter, and now 3 out of 4 on the night after missing the first of 2.
I mean, DeCastro, you'd hate to see him get his 4th foul with 6:57 to play, but he had to had to prevent that layup. That was a gimme. He had to foul. Well, we got a wild one at Muhlenberg right now. I'll just tell you this. The lead miss.
Misses them both. Red Knights have it. Inside of 7 minutes to go. Red Knights down by 12. Rosario drives, stripped, and fouled.
See if there's a shooting foul or not. This will be an interesting call.
This one's going to be on Burgess. That's going to be
and
his
it will
third.
be a shooting foul.
So now 4 York starters have at least 3 fouls. Nasir Barnes is the only one who does not. He doesn't have any fouls. Rosario back to the line to shoot 2 more. 2 for 2 on a night.
While we have a break, Muhlenberg was up 2 with 15 seconds left. Cedar Crest converted a 3-point play to go with 11 seconds left to go up 1. Then Muhlenberg answered to go up 1 with 3.3 seconds left by Justin Armstrong. It is not over yet.
The Mules in another wild one. It's been a wild ride for Matt Flowers and his crew down the home stretch. Rosario makes them both. Again, it's a 10-point game. 63-53.
A lot of time.
6:50 to go. They got him trapped, and Rubio had it for a moment, could not hold on to it.
Yeah.
York dodges the bullet for the time being. They'll inbound again. Burgess looking for somebody to inbound and finally throws it in. Almost threw it away. Barnes is trapped. Tries to dribble out of the trap, and there's a foul on Rosario.
Yeah, Barnes did a good job selling that.
Number 3 on Rosario, number 3 on Reading High. Not a shooting foul yet. And inbounds is thrown away. Threw it right to the hands of Cameron Jones.
They have a chance to make this as close as it's been since the first quarter.
Jones dumps it from one side to the other for Rosario. Drives, dumps it back for Jones for 3. No. DeShields pulls it away from DeCastro.
Yeah, DeShields has just been too much inside for Reading.
So the Red Knights cannot get it to single digits yet. 6:15 to go.
Here comes the trap.
Barnes drives past it and lays it off the glass for 2 more.
He is so quick.
65-53. 22 for Nasir Barnes. DeCastro, dribble drive, dumps it inside for Rubio. Bucket and no, I thought they called the foul, but they did not. Rubio with 2 more. He's got 10.
And 5 assists for Justin DeCastro, playing a really great, terrific game.
Career high now for Raven Rubio. It's still a 10-point Red Knight deficit. Barnes do a double team, dumps it down low for Hodges. No good, but a foul, and it's going to be on Jacob.
Yeah, that was a foul.
No
Absolutely
doubt.
a foul.
Otherwise, Hodges in a perfect position to lay it off the rim for 2.
And Hodges is the right guy to foul because he just missed 2, even though he's shooting over 76% for the season from the line.
Second foul against Jameer Jacob. So Hodges, as Rich said, just missed 2, gets 2 more here.
Bob, we have a final in 5A girls. It was Lampeter Strasburg 47, Exeter 30.
So a rough night on the follow-up from the county championship for the Eagles. As Hodges shoots 2 here for York. Misses the first. 3 in a row missed. Giving the Red Knights hope. Still 5:44 left to go in the ballgame. Now Barnes and Burgess, a couple of veteran players, come over to Dwayne Hodges, the junior forward, and say, don't worry about it. Make this one. And he does. 8 for Hodges and an 11-point York lead. 65-55 Bearcats. Rosario going to launch a long 3, well off the mark, and rebounded by Barnes. Barnes again trying to avoid the double team. DeCastro has 4 fouls, gives it up for DeShields, who drives inside and lays it up for 2 more.
Yeah, DeShields is just too much for the Red Knights, inside especially.
13 for the big man.
That's a walk.
And a travel back the other way as DeCastro travels. So the Red Knights now really in a bind. 5:19 to go. Down 68-55, and a turnover gives it back to York High. We'll send Elijah Minter back in the game.
And they're going to overtime in Laureldale. 54-54. I'm not sure what happened But, Bobby, getting to this game, Reading got away from what it was doing. Go to the basket, attack the basket. They've taken 3 threes.
An offensive foul on Nasir Barnes. A great job by Cameron Jones to sell it. But Barnes wanted to get some separation, so he gave a little love tap to Cameron Barnes, who fell over like he was hit by a truck. And they called Barnes on the offensive foul on the inbounds. The Red Knights get it right back. Take it any way you can get it. If you're Reading High right now, down by 30 points.
Every possession is golden for the Red Knights right now. They've got to capitalize on it.
Merriweather can't pull the trigger on a 3. Gets it right back. Tries to go by a defender and travel with it. Second straight turnover for the Red Knights on a traveling violation in their own offensive half court.
The empty trips they're not going to get it done. The Red Knights have to score on most of their possessions here.
Inbounds for Barnes, lost the handle on it, ends up getting it back underneath the basket, and now a timeout by the York bench. Kerry Glover saw his junior star guard having some trouble with a basketball, and he'll call a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here with 5:05 left to go. Actually, though, it's a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout with the Bearcats. We're back to the Geico Complex briefly with a 5:05 left to go and a 68-55 York lead after this.
The cost of feeding your family can add up quick, but so can your savings when you use Redner's Rewards. Earn deals on groceries, gas, and everyday essentials just for shopping with your Redner's Rewards card. Like 5 cents off per gallon of gas with every $50 spent. Just fill your cart with fresh produce, quality meats, and the brands your family loves, and start earning savings on groceries, fuel, and more right away. Redner's Markets. Family owned, community focused, and helping you save every day.
5 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here at the Geico. Red Knights down by 13 points. And it will be Bearcat basketball when we resume action. York down to 2 timeouts left. Reading High has 3 timeouts remaining.
Bob, the Red Knights have to make a move now. That doesn't mean they have to make up 13 points in a minute, but they've got to chip into this deficit in a hurry. They can't keep this at 10 points for another 2 minutes.
And for the Red Knights' standpoint, they have only the 1-3 on the night, which would be obviously huge if they could come up with some threes in this moment. Here's a man trapped out near half court. It's Burgess who's trapped at a backcourt violation. Following the timeout, Burgess got himself trapped right on the Red Knight logo and ultimately lost the ball into the backcourt. Turnover number 23 for York High.
Crazy.
And they still lead by 13 points. Burgess now will come out. Dwayne Hodges right back in.
It tells you how good York's defense has been, that they're winning by 13 with 23 turnovers.
Merriweather for Jones. Right back to Merriweather in the corner. Fakes the 3. Jones will take it instead. Still can't find it. And Merriweather on the foul will send the Bearcats to the free throw line. Josiah Romero will shoot in the bonus, taking 2.
Reading has not lived by the three-point shot. They're just averaging a little bit more than 4 a game. And York knows it. York has packed in that zone, and they've really shut off the passing lanes inside for the Red Knights.
Josiah Romero at the free throw line for the first time tonight for York High. Their second leading scorer on the season. Has 8 as he steps to the line and makes the first of 2. He is a 73% free throw shooter. Bearcats have really gotten it done at the line tonight. And Romero makes them both, so he's in double figures. And the lead is 15. 70-55, York on top. 4:40 left to go. Merriweather to the corner for Rubio. Right back to Merriweather, trying to drive through traffic. Floater, yes, with a soft touch.
That's more like it. They should have been doing that 2.5 minutes ago instead of taking threes.
Double digits for Javon Merriweather for the 16th time this season. He's got 11. The lead is 13 for York. 4:20 to go. Trap gives it back to Barnes at the logo. Barnes trying to avoid the trap and dribbled it off his foot thanks to the defense of Cameron Jones.
Cameron Jones with another forced turnover.
Poked it away and off the foot of Barnes and out of bounds. Red Knights get it back.
See if they can get it to the middle. There it is, to the middle of the zone.
DeCastro got up in the air, fortunately finds Rubio. Shot partially blocked by by Hodges and controlled. The ball deflected in the air, and the Bearcats pick it up. Minter trying to gain control. Back to Barnes, who tries to dump it for DeShields. Through traffic, foul.
Yep.
Brandon DeShields will be back at the line to shoot 2 more for the York High. This one's going to be called on Rosario, I believe.
Yep,
that's number 4.
4.
Yep. So Rosario and DeCastro both now with 4 Red Knight fouls. And DeShields shooting 2 more. First is no good. He's 1 for 3 at the line on the night. York 3 for 7 in this fourth quarter at the line after going 13 for 14 through the first 3 quarters. And he missed them both. Still giving the Red Knights a chance now with 3:50 to go. DeCastro inside for Rosario. Trapped.
Surrounded.
And a timeout call from the Red Knight bench.
Yep.
So Reading High, a little bit out of sorts on the offensive end, and Rick Perez called a timeout before they turn it over with 3:45 left to go in the ballgame.
It's now or never, Bob. They got to start making a move. They got to get this under 10 very quickly if they think if they're going to have a chance at pulling this out.
Not to beat a dead horse, but this is where the 3-point deficit, the inability to knock down 3-pointers is just killing Reading High. Because 1 or 2 of them right now, that's how they got started on a run at one point in the second quarter. Merriweather made a 3, and then DeCastro got a couple of buckets and a foul for 3-point plays the old-fashioned way.
To underscore your point, 1 for 17 from 3-point range.
Ooh.
But that's not their game.
No.
Shooting threes is not the Red Knights' game.
Now they have 93 on the season coming in. York High, for perspective, in the same number of games, 147, and they've added significantly to that total tonight. Red Knights right back to the inbounder. Rosario, no good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, the referee underneath did not call the foul, but the one out front did. And Rosario was waiting for the whistle.
And back to the free throw line go the Red Knights.
DeShields 4th.
Brandon DeShields picks up his 4th. Comes the 4th Bearcat with 4 fouls. And back to the free throw line is Wesley Rosario. Continuing to allow the Red Knights to score points with no time going off the clock by sending them to the free throw line. Hodges comes out. And back in the game comes Burgos for the Bearcats, with Rosario shooting a second. Makes them both. The Red Knights 6 for 6 at the free throw line here in this fourth quarter. Lamar Winkie will come into the game for the first time for York High here with a 70-59 advantage and a turnover. Jones steals it to DeCastro, stripped out of bounds. It's going to stay. No, they're going to say it was off DeCastro last.
Wow. And the referee, again, on the baseline, didn't see the player, and the referee out front, I'm not sure how he saw it, but he did.
And he was pretty adamant about it.
Yes, he was.
And now here's Barnes trying to beat the pressure, and a bump and a foul.
On Jones, yeah.
That's going to put him at the line. Again, every foul sends your opponent to the free throw line. And Barnes, knowing he had Jones on his hip, gets the foul called on Cameron Jones, his 4th. Barnes to the line, shooting 2. 6 for 6 at the free throw line tonight for Nasir Barnes. Makes the first. Doesn't hit a whole lot of rim when he shoots.
No, he doesn't.
23 now on the night. Just a junior. Shields and Hodges back in now for the Bearcats. Justin Brown also checking in for York High. Romero and Barnes, their 2 top scorers, stay on the floor. Makes them both. 72-59. York High on top. 3:30 left to go. DeCastro. Rosario for Jones. Merriweather, top of the key for three. Still can't get it. Tipped around. Rubio fighting
Great
for it
hustle.
and a foul.
Yeah, that's a great effort by Raven Rubio.
So this will put the Red Knights back on the free throw line again. This one's going to be on Barnes, just his second. And Raven Rubio will be at the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Bob, it's funny. York had 5 threes. He missed the first. York had 5 threes in the first half, and then the 3 free throws by Barnes, in effect a three-point shot. In this second half, they have 1 by Barnes in the third quarter.
Rubio misses them both. The Shields with a rebound. 3:20 to go.
The Shields with a double-double.
Barnes bumped and fouled again by Rubio. So he'll shoot 2 more. They're going to keep the ball in his hands, and if Reading High is going to keep fouling him, it's a slow and painful march to the finish right now for the Red Knights. Down by 13, and Barnes back to the line to shoot 2 more. It's 4 fouls, by the way, on Raven Rubio. Another one home. Bearcats beat West York in the quarterfinals of the York Adams, then beat Red Lion 68-58, and then in the league championship lost to York Suburban as Barnes makes them both. 26 for Nasir Barnes. He had 27 in the first meeting between these two. 74-59 York. Inside for Merriweather. Floater in and out and back home again. Javon Merriweather with 2 more. He's got 13. 74-61. And ball kicked out of bounds. Last touch by York High. Red Knights get it back.
26 turnovers by the Bearcats.
Down by 13. Red Knights get it back just inside the 3-minute mark of the ball game. Inbounds from Merriweather. Corner 3. Yes!
Wow.
Finally, the Red Knights get a second 3 of the night. It's both of them by Merriweather.
I think they're 2 for 20.
Makes it a 10-point game. 74-64. Barnes trap. Dribbles out of the trap.
Timeout here.
And taken away
turnaround
by Jones. Red Knights get it back. Trying to get it up ahead for Rubio. York saves it and gets it right
nice
back.
Play.
Great hustle play by the Bearcats and a timeout by Kerry Glover. The Red Knights got the steal by Jones at half court and then couldn't keep possession of it. York High got it back on a great save play by Josiah Romero to save possession, and then York calls the timeout. So York has 1 timeout left. Reading 2 with 2:35 left to go in the ballgame. Red Knights deficit is 10. 74-64. Again, the first meeting of these two teams, Reading High won by 10, 70-60. Again, that was the opening weekend of the season at a tournament at York High.
Reading has had ample opportunities to make this even closer than 10 points. They just can't get over that 9-point hump. I think that's the closest
Yes.
they've been is 9 points since that run that York went on in the second quarter, and it's just they're beating themselves.
2:35 to go here. 74-64 again is our score. It will be York High basketball following the timeout. Rubio, DeCastro, Merriweather, Jones, and Rosario, the 5 on the floor for the Red Knights. Barnes, Burgess, DeShields, Minter, and Lamar Winkie, the 5 on the floor for York High. Winkie with very little minutes in his game, but he's out there in the closing couple.
Must be either a good ball handler or a good free throw shooter. We got a hold. Is this on DeCastro?
I think so. And it's number 5.
Yep.
Justin DeCastro gets called for the holding foul on the inbounds pass, and he's just fouled out. So DeCastro will exit with 20 points on the night. And the Red Knights will somehow or another try to fight out of a deficit with their top scorer on the bench. In the meantime, Winky is at the free throw line looking for his first points of the night, shooting 2. I can tell you why he was in the game when you were talking about it. You said potentially must be a good free throw shooter. He's 10 for 11 on the season.
Yeah.
Red Knights didn't have anybody underneath the rim. Reading always uses, and a lot of teams will try to use these as unofficial timeouts and call everybody over, but you have to have at least a couple players underneath the basket when a free throw shooter is there. Winky makes the first. Hodges back in. Justin Brown back in for York High. Second is good as well. So he's just in the game. He makes 2 out of 2.
And he comes out, and he'll go back in on offense.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned this earlier. Harry Glover has coached himself one heck of a basketball game.
He's done a terrific job.
Again, he won a couple of district championships at Columbia. Comes back to his alma mater here at York High. 76-64. Backdoor look to Rubio from Rosario for 2 for the Red Knights. Big night for Raven Rubio. He's got a career-high 12. 76-66.
I think they should have been doing more of that instead of shooting threes earlier in the fourth quarter.
Barnes fights his way out of a double team, drives, dishes, and a bucket for Brown. Barnes has distributed the basketball as well as scored it tonight.
So good. He is really, really good.
66, excuse me. Merriweather looking for 3 more.
Wow.
Yes! Javon Merriweather with his third from distance tonight. 78-69. Red Knights have it to single digits with 1:50 to go. Inbounds for Hodges and back for Romero. And now for Barnes.
Jones tried to draw a charge on Barnes. I don't think the official saw it or chose not to look at it.
1:40 to go. Inside they look for Hodges. Kicks it back for Barnes. Lost the handover. He gains and scores.
Pretty smart getting the ball in his hands.
80-69. 1:25 to go. Merriweather again for 3. This one is short. Rebounded by Barnes. 1:15 to go. Barnes threw a trap and fouled.
Going to be on Rubio. Yeah, that's 5 on him.
Puts Barnes back at the free throw line to shoot 2 more for the Bearcats. 1:12 left to go.
I have 80-69 too, Bob.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The scoreboard has 81-69.
It had 80 and they just made it 81.
Yeah, because it was a layup. It was 78-69, right. And it was a layup to make it 80. Might not matter, but still.
Barnes is at the free throw line for the Bearcats.
Bob, we have a final from Laureldale. In overtime, Cedar Crest rallies, beats Muhlenberg 66-60. So Muhlenberg's season is over.
Wow.
Reading's season is about 1 minute and 12 seconds from being over. And we will not, there's so much talk about Muhlenberg-Reading in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
Their seasons appear to be over tonight.
Yep, what looked like when the brackets came out, a potential round 4 between Reading and Muhlenberg Friday night in Laureldale, but it will not happen as the Mules have lost and the Red Knights are on the ropes. With Barnes at the free throw line making the first and the second. So now it's 83-69. With 70 seconds left to go for the Red Knights. Rosario is in trouble. He's trapped in the backcourt and a timeout called by the Red Knight bench. So Reading forced to call a timeout. They caught the Red Knights off guard by trapping Rosario in the backcourt. We expected to see a lot of full court pressure from from York High tonight. Certainly Rick Perez and his coaching staff expected to see it. They really haven't seen it. They've sat back in a zone defense for the most part tonight. And the Red Knights, with their struggles from beyond the arc, have not been able to get the job done. So with 1:06 left to go, Reading High's deficit is 14 points. They will have the basketball and one timeout left to use. So again, we'll have basketball for you on Thursday night. The Wilson girls are home against Mechanicsburg. We'll have that one for you at 7 o'clock. High school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group as our coverage continues here on the radio and our free video stream as well from West Lawn. Again, we will have a game on Friday night. We'll just figure out where we're going to go and what the best setup is. Berks Catholic will be at home. By missing, will be home against Schuylkill Valley. And Wilson will
be on the road. Probably.
Right.
Let me just probably.
We think they're going to Redline?
If Redline won, and that's
right.
what I'm trying to find out. Let's see.
Red Knights cannot pass the ball in the inbounds. You can only do it after a made bucket. And they did it after the timeout. They passed the ball out of bounds on the inbounds pass. It's a turnover Reading High.
Okay, Red Lion won, according to our Jeff Nolan. So Wilson will be traveling to Red Line.
Again, stick around after our coverage is complete tonight. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob with the scoreboard show coming your way as a shot missed inside by Burgess, but another offensive rebound for York High with 50 seconds to go. Unless the Red Knights foul, York will try to kill some clock. Barnes with a three. So much for killing the clock. Fires up a three and makes it 86-69. Merriweather there, and his three is no good. Tipped out of bounds. It's York High ball. 35.9 left to play in this one. Red Knights will fall in the opening round of the District 3 playoffs.
The last time these two teams met in the District 3 playoffs was 2009, and it was in the 4A quarterfinals before there were 6 classes, and York won 66-65. This is not as close.
York High's last District 3 championship was 2015. They beat Cedar Crest in that game. That was a 4A. It was before the at the expansion to 6 classifications. They beat Cedar Crest 56-53. They've been back-to-back titles in 2014 and 2015.
Right. Here's another number, Bob. We talked about it. We didn't talk about it on the air. Reading, before tonight, 38-4 in the first round of the District 3 playoffs. They're about to go drop to 38-5.
12 seconds to go. Bearcats just running some clock. Shot inside, blocked by Portalatin. Rosario back the other way. Triple teamed by York High. Tries to work his way through it. Weaver has it, and that will do it. The Reading High Red Knights fall on their home floor in the opening round of District 3 playoffs. The final score, York 86, Reading 69. We'll take a timeout. We're back with our Pizza Como Temple postgame show after this on WEEU in Reading.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're an award-winning nationwide agency you can trust, insuring what means most to you for over 32 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS, the number 4, insurance.com.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
What if you could have more Mike?
We had a calamity.
More Bob.
Am I going to remember this tomorrow?
More local voices.
You two really complement each other, and it makes for the great show.
And more of what you love in the morning.
Tell me more.
WEEU fans, we heard you loud and clear. So now you can hear Mornings with Mike from 6 to 10, followed by feedback from 10 to noon. More local voices, more conversation, and more of everything you love in the mornings. Right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and Beyond.
Updating your furniture and appliances? The Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County can help. The Restore offers free pickup of your gently used furniture and appliances from your Berks County home. We offer convenient scheduling for our free pickups through our website, restoreberks.org. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. You might just find that special thing to tie the room together at the Restore. Support your community with your donation to the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County.
Welcome to the Pizza Como Temple Postgame Show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years. Serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop into Buy, Sell, or Trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. Well, Rich, we reached that point in time in the season where it hurts even more when the season comes to an end. It hurt for the Red Knights to lose in the overtime session of the Berks County Championship game, but you live to see another day in the District 3 playoffs. But with a loss in the first round, the season comes to an end for the Reading High Red Knights. A bit of a shocker, but don't take anything away from a very good York High team.
Wow, York played its fannies off tonight. I mean, they really did. I mean, right from the get-go, jumped on Reading, 7-0 lead. The defense, the zone, whether it was a 1-2-2 to a 3-2, just caused Reading all kinds of problems offensively. Reading had no answers for it, and they had no answers for the size of Brandon DeShields and Josiah Romero. That's the other part of the equation. I mean, York wins by 17 points, and they committed 27 turnovers. I'll repeat that. York won by 17 and committed 27 turnovers. Just a tremendous coaching job by Kerry Glover at York High. He and his staff deserve a ton of credit. They lost by 10 on their home floor to Reading early in December. Both teams are much different. Reading has had such a great season. Rick Perez's first year back here. They're going to be very good next year with everybody coming back who they have. You know, it's just a shame the way this season ended for them, losing in heartbreaking fashion to Berks Catholic in the Berks title game. And then here tonight, they just got whooped.
Yeah, it's that simple. Let's go through our play and player of the game, and then we'll wrap it up with some scores. Unfortunately, due to the length of tonight's game, there will not be a scoreboard show, but Matt Knob and Jeff Noel will have the scoreboard show following our game on Thursday night. So it's time for our player of the game, brought to you by the Reading Fighting Phils and their all-new Redners Event Center at First Energy Stadium. Our Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the R Phils all-new Redners Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redners Event Center at the R Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. Well, Nasir Barnes came in and pretty much showed to us that he is as advertised. He is a flat-out scorer, and with his 33 points tonight, he is now over 1,600 in his career. His season obviously will continue for at least 2 more games, as York High will now advance, and they'll take on Cedar Crest on Friday night, and that actually will be at York High.
Yeah.
So the 12 seed gets a home game. So Barnes will have at least 2 more games. He'll have that game, and the Bearcats will also qualify for the state playoffs as well. So his season will continue. He's over 1,600 points now in his career, and just a junior. And he was a big part of the reason why the Bearcats were able to win this basketball game. And tonight's play of the game is brought to you by Celebration Villa of Exeter. Step into comfort sooner, and March is on them. Celebration Villa of Exeter is offering to cover your March rent-free if you sign up by February 27th. Comfort, connection, and peace of mind are already available at Celebration Villa. All that is missing is you. Call for information or schedule a tour, 610-370-2211. Celebration Villa of Exeter is ready for your next step. Well, we talked about throughout this basketball game, the Red Knights struggling from beyond the three-point arc. York High was good from beyond the arc, and sometimes they did it the old school way, and Nasir Barnes was part of that as well. Reading High had made the pushback in the third quarter. They got it to single digits in that third quarter at 42-33. But York High came right back with a bucket by Barnes, and then they finished it off at the free throw line. York was outstanding at the stripe. They were 13 for 14 from the free throw line, 13 for 14 from the line in and through the first 3 quarters. And then Barnes was a perfect 6 for 6 in the fourth quarter at the line as well, as he finished with 13 points for York High in their 25-point fourth quarter. York High wins it 86-69. Rich will fill you in on what other scores we have right now.
Also in 6A boys in Berks County, these games were played. Wilson at home defeated Conestoga Valley 58-51. Wilson, the 6th seed, Conestoga Valley, the 11th seed. The Bulldogs will play 3rd-seeded Red Lion Friday night on the road in the quarterfinals. The Bulldogs have qualified for the state tournament, so they'll be playing at least 4 more games. Also in 6A, Cedar Crest, the number 13 seed, rallied to beat Muhlenberg 66-60 in overtime, ending the 4th-seeded Mules season tonight, just like Reading. Reading's season ends tonight. In 3A boys, it was Antietam 48, Kutztown 22. The Mounts advanced to the semifinals against 2nd-seeded Lancaster Mennonite. And in girls 5A, it was Lampeter Strasburg 47, Exeter 30. The Exeter Eagles, coached by Derek Wolf, great job getting to the county championship game. The Eagles season, however, ends tonight in the district first round.
So our season, despite the losses tonight, will continue and move forward. Again, we'll have basketball for you on Thursday and Friday night. Thursday night, we know for sure we will be. We'll be in West Lawn as the Berks County girls champion Wilson Bulldogs host Mechanicsburg. That's the 4-5 matchup. Mechanicsburg beat Wilson last year in the District 3 playoffs. Bulldogs will look for a rematch and move on to the semifinals as they take on the Mechanicsburg Wildcats on Thursday night. We'll have that one for you from West Lawn. Again, 6:45 is our pregame show. 7 o'clock is tip-off time. Wilson and Mechanicsburg, District 3 6A girls quarterfinal. And then Friday night, we will have another game for you. We'll figure out exactly where we're going to be on Friday night, but we'll have basketball for you as well on Friday night as our coverage continue into the District 3 quarterfinals, both here on the radio and on our YouTube page as well at 8:30 WEEU Sports. That will do it for our coverage tonight. Thanks to Athletic Director Jay Green here at Reading High School. Our technical director is Sean Tansky. Back in the WEEU studios, Matt Knob. And for Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. The Reading Red Knights season comes to an end at 18-8 on the year as they fall to York High, who's also now 18-8 on the year. The final score, the Bearcats 86, the Red Knights 69. Thanks for listening, watching high school basketball here on WEEU. We'll talk to you back with more on Thursday night.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Savage Auto Group, RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Keith HVAC, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Diefenbach Snacks, Habitat for Humanity Restore, Chick-fil-A, UECU, Overhead Door of Reading.